All right now, record. That's what's up. How you feel this morning, ladies?
Wonderful. Don't worry about it.
Wonderful and good. Well, I hope you have your tea because I have my tea. If you don't have your tea or your smoothie, go get it. You got a couple seconds.
Oh yeah, I got my smoothie. I got a smoothie.
My tea, but I'm drinking my CBD infused coffee right now. So I drank my yoni tea earlier, so now I'm drinking my coffee.
Period. That's what's up. I love it. Well, we're going to have a wonderful, wonderful day today. We're going to get our week started good. We're going to get everybody's week started good, girl. It's on and popping. It ain't no stopping. Okay. So I hope you have your topics for today. You ready to talk to the people, Danyelle?
Ready. Surprisingly, I'm ready. I'm like,
that's good. Okay, well, I'm gonna set up some music. This is some good music right now, but I'm gonna set up some meditation. We're gonna do meditation for sure. You already know. Got to get the meditation in the morning, okay? So we're gonna do meditation, and then we'll go into mommy mogul mindset. What do you want to talk about today, Danielle?
Oh, it's so many topics running in my head right now. Let's start off with, the manifestation of Mondays, because a lot of people tend to have
good one. Okay.
They tend to have a negative connotation about Mondays, and I'm like, yes. Monday is the second day of the week. It is it's a magical day. I'm like, it's how it can set the whole tone for your whole week just by changing your mindset and your perception. So we can talk about some tips and trips of changing your mindset about Mondays and how to manifest, the rest of your week, from a Monday.
I love it. I love it. That's an awesome topic. I'm going to talk about what mommy mogul mindset is and give people an background of why we're doing this. And then today we're going to talk about, what's the topic? Oh, I am willing to change. So that's pretty good, like what you're talking about, and then the topic that I chose about, being willing to change. That's what we're
It's funny that you say that. I have a band. A sister of mine has a company called Imagine, and she does motivational speaking and work with young women, ages like under 18, between that teenage age. Mm-hmm. And so her company is Imagine. I have on her bracelet, and it says, "I desire change." You see that, AtPeace?
Yes, and that's on period.
Right. On my arm of, gemstones. That's one of the things that I have on right now. It's like, I desire change. I'm like, okay.
I know that's right.
And she would be awesome, now that I'm thinking about it, and I have to get my iPad, she would be an awesome guest to be on our show. She went to high school together, and she's doing some great and phenomenal things with those young women. So
I am so here for it.
I'm creating as I go. So
and that's the beauty of this. Like, it's all organic. So I love that. Would you be the moderator for the YouTube? I mean, for the Zoom?
To me?
Yeah.
If Sheila has me control access, I can do that.
Yeah, I don't have that set up yet. That was the craziness of last night. Setting it up where it goes, where it's going live. So I'm still working on that.
So you know what I can do, Sheila? I can reach out to some of my people that does broadcasting with Landmark to get some tips and trips on that, and just get with you so that we can finesse it just a little bit more.
Yeah. Right. Right. But we will, so that I'm not like interrupting and stuff, we will broadcast this because it's being recorded.
Okay.
All right. Let's get busy, baby. Let's get busy. Okay, I'm trying to make sure that I have all my stuff set up with my podcast stuff. All right, so I really like the subjects that we're going to do today. And I'm so grateful for this pilot so we can kind of walk ourselves through everything. So we're going to do a meditation, and then we're going to set our affirmations for this week. I think that's really important for us to all have affirmations that we can focus on and set our goals. This is an opportunity for us to work together. This is an opportunity for us to be together. So anybody that may be on this particular Zoom right now, or if you see the recording later, I just really want you to understand that this is a space for us to come together, to encourage each other, to inspire each other, and to hold each other accountable. So we have assignments during this podcast. We have activities and exercises that we're going to do to make sure that we stay on task and that we reach our goals successfully. Okay, so without any further ado, all right, so without any further ado, I want to make sure that I'm recording. Am I recording? Yes. All right, so without any further ado, welcome to Mommy Mogul Mindset Monday.
Love it, love it, love it, love it. I love it.
This is an opportunity for moms to come together, for women who are mothering, whether you're mothering your own children, whether you're mothering a career, you're mothering a business, a relationship, a company, whether you're mothering grandchildren or your nieces and nephews. As a woman, we just kind of just naturally automatically fall into this nurturing mothering role somehow. And so we need some extra encouragement. We need that extra alignment because it's not always easy to manage ourselves and another entity outside of ourselves. It can get kind of challenging, right? So this podcast is all about encouraging mommies of all types to stay empowered, to stay encouraged, to stay in the good fight, to don't give up, and to do it with grace and beauty, honey, to be fabulous and fierce while you're doing it, okay? So that's what this space is for. And for the mogul in you, I mean, this is 2022, y'all, okay? So we have a lot of great opportunities. As women, we have more opportunities than we've ever had before. And it's really time that we step into that space and we really own and command all of the areas of our lives. For so long, we've been one thing or the other, or just two, a mommy and a wife, or just a mom or just a wife, when we're so much more. We're moguls. Like when you think about what a mom does, or like what myself, a single mom does, we're running our own little companies. If you think about it, we have to do time management, organization, conflict resolution. Like we have to develop all of these skills if we want our product to turn out a certain way, right? So we already have this component built in us to be moguls, to do a lot at one time and to make it all successful. And even if you don't do a lot, you can do one thing and do it well, master it, and you are a mogul at it. So it's not even about doing all these different things. And sometimes I do think that, like, being a mogul, I have all these different things going on. I think that's just my idea of being a mogul because I have so much going on. But being a mogul is so much more than that, it's being able to master your lane. And so that's the other thing that we want to encourage here on the podcast. And mindset. In order to get to that place that you want to be, in order to be the person or be in the position that you want to be in the world and in your life, honey, you have got to have the mindset. I mean, I want you to think about being in the Olympics. To me, that is one of the most trying things anybody can do, is being in the Olympics, running a marathon.
I'm gonna piggyback on what you said about the Olympics, because remember, this past Olympics, Simone Biles actually pulled out because she realized her mindset wasn't there. It just was for the gymnastics team. It just was not there. And I appreciate her realizing that, you know what, she realized I can't do this. I just need to stop, with all the pressure that people put on her from her team, from her, sponsorships and different things of that nature. She took her mental health so seriously that she said, look, I'm out. I can't. And it's very powerful. It's very powerful to sometimes you have to tell yourself, look, I can't. I need to stop, for the sake of my own mental, I need to stop. Exactly. And that's a powerful thing that she put her mental health. Now, some people would say she was probably wrong for putting her mental health ahead of her team, but you know what I'm saying? What to say? You can't pour from an empty cup. You can't pour from an empty cup. So it's
I'm glad you brought that point up. Thank you so much. That's a very good point. She chose herself. And when it comes to having a healthy mindset, we're really going to get off into it, y'all. I mean, for those of you who may be new to experiencing to the AtPeace Makita experience, but I'm a life coach. And we're going to get off into it, deep off into it. I'm also a meditation coach. So we're going to spend a lot of time working on our mindset and making sure, because one of the first things you have to do is, choose yourself. And a lot of times that's difficult. That is a scare. Honey, raise your hand if you ever had to choose yourself. Baby, that's a scary thing, okay? That is a scary thing to have to choose yourself over, a loved one or even your children sometime, or money. A lot of people get scared over that. Like, oh my God, I have to choose myself over money. Yes. Yes, you have to choose yourself over money, so mindset is how you strengthen that ability. Being able to have certain thoughts, being able to weed out certain thoughts, certain thoughts will come in, being able to get those things out of there, recognize them when they're there, and keep pushing. So we're going to talk about that. Even as a childbirth doula, being able to teach, or partner women through the process, it's really important that your mind is in the game. And so that's what we're going to talk about here on Mommy Mogul Mindset. And before we go any further into the meditation, because we are going to do meditation this morning, I want to make sure that I acknowledge my beautiful, splendid, intelligent, loving, phenomenal co-host, Danyelle Claxton. Y'all give it up for Danyelle. Yeah.
Woo! Thank you.
Danyelle, please take a moment. Take a moment and share with the people who you are and what you bring to the channel.
Okay, so my name is Danyelle Claxton, and I am, I guess, a jack of all trades, or a jactress of all trades. I too am a birthing doula. I'm a yoni steam practitioner. For most of you who don't know what that is that I am a facilitator of helping women heal their wombs through the art and science of herbs. And one of the things that I use is, the yoni steam, where you actually sit over some selected herbs for your womb wellness. And we go through prayer and meditation while you're sitting over the steam to help your womb heal. Yeah. And I've seen everything from a woman release, the trauma of a 50-year molestation, all the way to a woman getting sensual stripping and stretching. And I was like, okay, you know what? And everything in between. And so, it's an ancient healing art that has made it a revival. And women are, I also work in the caregiving field. So I'm like in both worlds, herbal and medical and medicinal. And it's like, okay, a lot of people are going back to nature in order to heal themselves, because the medical industry is only out to make money as long as you're sick. Once you heal yourself and get healed, they make no money. They don't want nothing to do with you. They make no money. And so personally, I like to teach women how to heal. I mean, my kitchen is an herbal laboratory. It's where I go to heal myself. It's where I go to heal my mate. If somebody comes over, you got a cough, a cold, or what, here, drink this tea, take this oil, because I'm like, we're here to keep our bodies in health and wellness. Yes. I'm also a Tava representative. What is it? I mean, people are like, what is Tava? It's a Black-owned wellness company that deals in fitness, finance, and travel, and I'm working on the fitness part with their products. So it's a lot that's going on with me. Oh, I'm also on the social media, so I'm probably definitely going to be the tech guru to help all of our women learn how to use technology to work their business. Because as we learn with the pandemic, if you don't have a social media presence, you really don't exist. Mm-hmm. Sorry for everybody that has the conspiracy theory about, websites and the internet and all that.
It's over, boo.
It's over. It's over. I'm sorry. I'm like, I don't care if you're selling $10 dinners from the church. If you don't put a poster on social media, you know what I'm saying? You're just not going to get the business. They don't know you. We don't know you. And I've met people. I've fostered business relationships online through Facebook and Instagram, having chats with people I've never met before I even meet them. So it's a whole new world right now. And, if you're in business, no matter what your business is, you have to usher yourself onto these streams, to bring in your revenue. Yeah, it's just the way that it is. So I definitely, teach people how to incorporate this into their business and, how to make profitable. I mean, even before this, when I did my meditation this morning, I filmed the TikTok. I haven't posted it yet because I haven't edited, but I have content of the stuff that I'm doing to get ready, prepare myself for this right here. It's simple little tips and tricks like that you can do in order to get your presence known out there. Because like I said, people are watching you. I never know. I've ran into people out on the street who know me from Facebook because I got 15. I got people. I have like 1,500 people following me. That's not friends. Those are followers. And I'm like, they know me. They act like they know me. And I'm just like, oh, okay. I got you. So yeah, that's what I'm bringing to the table. I'm the same. We're on health and wellness. We're on meditation. We're on, manifesting. I'm huge on manifesting and creating and just implementing things into your life to where it makes sense. Like I said, I videoed this morning. Didn't post. I'll probably post later on today. I will post later on today, but at least I have the content so I can post. And that's the biggest thing. That's the biggest thing right there.
Awesome. Well, we're going to get all off into it. Thank you, Danyelle. I'm so happy that we're working together on this. It's really, I think it's a dynamic duo. And we also have another member of our channel. Her name is Tay Brown. She unfortunately couldn't make it today because fortunately she is in class. She's studying, always studying. That's one of the things I love about her. But she's going to be bringing a perspective when it comes to our virtual coin. Okay. Now, this is a young lady who I have watched with my own eyes leave corporate America and educate herself into day trading, into the stock market, into cryptocurrency, and made such a great success and gave it such a great effort that she ended up leaving her corporate job and is now only doing stocks and day trading and crypto. And so I had to partner up with her so that we can bring this information to all of us on how we can build our coin, because even our mindset about money, baby, it has changed. If you have seen NFT, metaverse, if you've seen the blockchain, if you watch the algorithm on those systems, your idea of money is totally going to be shifted. You're going to be blown out of the matrix.
I have, my mind has been blown, but the blowing of my mind was when I lived in Midtown off of Woodward, and they put a Bitcoin at the gas station, a Bitcoin ATM at the gas station.
From my house.
And I was that's when I realized, I was like, oh, okay.
There's a Bitcoin station. There's like 2 Bitcoin stations in the city. There's one on 6 Mile and Livernois. And then there's another one, I want to say Woodward and Claremont area, but I'm not sure. It might be downtown now. But yeah, there's actual Bitcoin stations that you can go to. And when
I recently had a client daughter tell me that she invested, $800 a week ago, and then she got a return on investment of almost $200. And I'm sitting here like, okay, I need to be like you when I grow up. Like, I don't understand it, but I know I need to invest in it.
Exactly. And this is why we have this segment for our channel, because I am in that place and I meet so many people who are in that place. It's like, okay, I know I need to learn this. There is a learning curve, ladies. Let me tell you, there will be a learning curve. And that's why mindset is so important, because the learning curve, I mean, you have people who are in finance professionally who had to sit down and actually study to get this down pat. And so if we can work together, if we can encourage each other, maybe explain it in ways that helps all of us understand and really take it in bite-sized pieces, you know, like I know there might be some vegans or vegetarians watching, but I got to go the old school way. How do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. How would you say that as a vegetarian, Danyelle? You wouldn't eat an elephant. What would you do?
Oh, goodness. Okay, how would you eat a watermelon? Watermelon?
Hey, there you go.
Okay.
How do you eat a huge watermelon?
Huge
One bite at a
watermelon.
time. And so that is what we're going to do. Make sure that you join us every Monday from 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. because we are really going to get into it and really going to dig deep and make sure that you have what you need so that you can be the most successful you can be. All right, so we're about to get into our meditation. I hope that you're ready. Go ahead and get comfortable wherever you are, even if you're driving down the street, if you are working at your desk, no matter where you are, go ahead and get comfortable. The one thing that I teach as a meditation coach is that you can meditate anywhere. Meditation is a state of mind. It is a state of being. So you can meditate anywhere. You don't have to be lying down on a yoga mat or sitting up, you know, in a Buddha pose. You can walk down the street, you can drive, you can sit in traffic, you can stand in line at the grocery store and still meditate. So that's what we're going to practice for about 5 minutes. We're not going to spend too much time on it, but we're going to make sure we give ourselves that experience of just being still with ourselves. And it's super, super important. You can have all the money in the world. You can have all the setup, all the disaster, you know, the predicted disasters that may happen. You can have everything you need in place for those experiences. But if you can't sit with yourself, and if you can't really be with your thoughts and be with your own mind, having a bunker, $1 million bunker underground is not going to help you. Having a pantry full of food is not going to help you. Having the best healthcare, a brand new car, it's not going to help if you're not able to sit still with yourself and just be. All right, so that's what we're going to practice for just a few moments before we get into the rest of today's lessons. Okay, so go ahead and get comfortable wherever you are. If you can, put your feet flat on the floor. I'm going to sit up straight in our chairs. Right. Bring our shoulders back. And we're just going to feel for a moment what it feels like to be in our own body. You're just going to take a couple deep breaths in the nose and out the mouth. Inhaling and exhaling. Inhaling and exhaling. And you notice that as you begin to calm the body, the mind tends to follow. And so you should feel and sense your mind kind of resting and wandering off just a bit. Those thoughts begin to slow down just a bit. Just allow that process to happen. Inhaling and exhaling, using our breath as our guide. Inhaling and exhaling. Very nice. Very nice. And I want you to take a moment and I want you to just listen. Just listen to the sounds around you. Just allow those sounds to happen. Just allow them to be. We're not going to judge them. We're not going to class them as right or wrong, good or bad. We're just going to allow what's happening around us to just be. Kind of like a tree. Inhaling and exhaling. Inhaling and exhaling. And just tune into the sounds around you, the sound of my voice, the sound of a car going by outside, a bird chirping at the window. Just listen. And as you listen, allow the sounds to come to you. And then allow them to pass through you. The sounds come to you, and then they pass through you. Inhaling and exhaling. And whatever happens in the next few moments, just allow it to be. And give yourself permission to just be with yourself for just a few moments. You don't have to give anybody your attention. You don't have to run and do anything. Just be with yourself for just a few moments. Inhaling and gently exhaling out the mouth. Feel that energy. Feel the gravity pulling you towards the center of the earth. Grounding you. Connecting you. Inhaling and exhaling. Allow yourself to be grounded and connected to the core. Now we're going to take a moment and we're going to bring our awareness to what we're listening to. What do you hear around you? And we'll bring our awareness now to what we are seeing in our mind. Thoughts are always happening. We have over 60,000 thoughts a day. So for just a moment, I want you to step back from your thoughts. I want you to look at your thoughts as if you are watching clouds pass in the sky. You're just going to allow your thoughts to pass for just a moment. You're going to observe them. Like you're watching clouds pass in the sky. What are you thinking about? Take a moment and ask yourself, what am I thinking? And then just watch as your thoughts bubble up and glide by. Just watch them. Inhaling and exhaling. That inner critic wants to judge the thought, wants to dismiss the thought. But just for a few moments, you're going to allow the thought to just be. You're going to allow whatever feelings come up to just come and then gently fall away. Inhaling and exhaling. I'll watch the time. And just allow yourself just a few moments to just be. If your mind begins to wander, as it normally naturally will, just bring it back with your inhale and your exhale. I'll give you a few moments here. Enjoy. As you begin to return back to this moment, inhale, exhale, and slowly come back to this moment. Feel what it feels like to take your time. And bring back with you any thoughts, feelings, revelations. And just slowly, gently wiggle your fingers and toes. And just take your time in coming back. There's no rush. Feel what it feels like to take your time. Juicy and delicious. I hope that you enjoyed your meditation. If you want, you can write some things down. Hopefully you have your journals with you and you can write some things down. Anything that may have come back with you, you want to just go ahead and make sure you make a note of it and pay attention to it throughout the week. And we're going to move right into our affirmation for this week. And this week's affirmation is, I am willing to change. So go ahead and write that down. And you're going to work with that affirmation all week. I am willing to change. I don't know about you, but I had to incorporate this affirmation into my life a couple years ago. And I still use it today because, our ego is real and our ego loves to play games and our ego loves to, resist, right? And so we have to consciously make an effort to be willing to change. You're going to change watching this channel. You're going to change learning from myself and Danyelle and Tay. You're going to know that there's certain things that need to change. You may be scared. You may not know how to do it. You may procrastinate, whatever it is, but change is inevitable. Like that's the only thing there is change. That's the only thing we can count on. All right. So I want you to really work with that. Where is it in your life that you know it's time to change? And I know back in the day when I first started my spiritual journey, I used to be scared of change. That was one of the scariest things to me was change. All I wanted was to be stable, to be secure. So this whole idea of change really freaked me out. And I spent years really working with overcoming and facing my fear of change. And I still have my bouts with it, but it's so important that we learn to embrace it because our skin is changing right now. While we're sitting here, our skin is changing. So we have to learn that at every moment, we are changing. We are not ever the same. When you wake up in the morning, so many dead skin cells have fallen away and new ones have developed that you're not even the same person in your physical body from day to day. So change is inevitable, from the weather to finances to politics to, connections and interactions. Change is all around us. And so when we learn to embrace it, when we learn to work with that flow, when we learn to find the flow, it actually becomes a wave that we can ride throughout our life. Danyelle, what do you think about change?
So I didn't know in the past, I didn't know exactly what that meant because I was afraid of change too, because I didn't know what my reality would be when things change. We get so used to things being, what's good for us. But recently, change for me means being flow like water.
Yes.
Just go with the flow. I realized that we can schedule everything out, and then everything would just fall apart.
Baby,
it's just realizing it's bringing nothing to that, not being upset because it didn't go the way that we thought it was going to go, and just go with the flow of how it's going. So change for me is giving up resistance, flowing like water. And I am really more powerful. I feel like I know that I can create my reality. Prime example, even how today is flowing. I feel better that I can create my schedule to work with me as opposed to my schedule working me.
That part.
And it's like, I had to fit this in. I was like, how am I going to commit to this? Oh, wait a minute. Okay, I did give my word to help out from this time to this time. And I gave my word for later on this afternoon. Oh, so I just created my schedule so that it flows. And it's like, I'm not stressing and not rushing. I'm not trying. Oh, okay. So I got this. And every day, every day it's a different reality, something different that you get to I get to create. I get to flow. And sometimes creation means saying yes. Sometimes in creating, it means saying no. It's okay to say no. But I see the abundance and a blessing of going with the flow, being a part of creation, because I am a woman that of service. And it's like, I can manage everything to make sure that the things that need to be done get done in a timely manner. So I'm learning to just flow like water. Like I used to stress out about, oh, I got to do this, I got to do that. I used to be a yes woman. So people ask me, I say yes, and then it's like I'm overloaded. I'm like, I can't. And I'm like, okay, I can structure this a lot better than me always having to do everything. And like I said, just say flow. So my thing is staying in the flow and be like water.
Yes, that is the key. Thank you so much for that point. That's one of my favorite sayings, because I love me some Bruce Lee, honey. That is my boo. You talk about a master mindset, a man who mastered his mindset. Bruce Lee is that guy. But one of his famous affirmations is be like water. And since we are majority water, and I know a lot of you know about me fighting in the water fight, the water crisis, like water is super important. So yeah, being in that flow and moving like that makes things so much easier. Thank you, Danyelle. That's such a good point. And make sure that you guys are leaving comments in the chat. Raise your hand if you want to participate in the conversation. You are more than welcome to do so. That is why we're here. So make sure that you participate. We want you to. So make sure you've written down your affirmation. I am willing to change. There was something that you said, Danyelle, that I wanted to make sure I go back to. I should have wrote it down. It'll come back to me though. No worries. All right, so we're going to move on. We're going to take a moment. Danyelle is going to share with us some tips and tools that we need for our technology journey, because again, we are going to spend a lot of time dealing not only with mindset, but also dealing with our finances and how to build that coin virtually, and also how to use technology to really position ourselves for success. So even if you're not a techie, Danyelle had to gracefully walk me through, honey. Years ago, I did not want to be on social media. I was absolutely, adamantly, vehemently not interested. And years ago, she encouraged me. She walked me through. She held my hand like a doula. She held my hand, walked me through the process of getting out of my introverted, because I'm an introvert. Most people don't know that, but I am. I'm an introvert. And so she really helped me to kind of come out of my shell and really see that social media is a safe space. You don't have to be too scared of it. So for all of my sisters out there who feel as though, I cannot get on social media and get my, be out in the world, Danyelle is awesome at walking you through the process of making sure that your I's are dotted and your T's are crossed. She has wonderful information when it comes to which apps do I use, and what apps have just come out, and what websites are best for this research or for that research. And so I just really appreciate her being able to, if she can get me to change and get me to walk through a new door, I know she can get the rest of us to do it. So thank you, Danyelle. Go ahead and share with us, what is it that we need to know for this week concerning our journey with technology.
Your journey with technology. I like that. I'm writing that down because I'm like, I never thought about it like that.
Technology.
Like, okay.
And stuff. Yeah, put the and stuff at the end.
And stuff.
Okay, go ahead.
I'm gonna start with the very beginning. Let's start with your tech, period. Your type of technology plays a huge role as to your capacity to actually get yourself out there. I have a lot of people come to me with phones that are like 6, 7, 8 years old. And they're wondering why their pictures don't look the way a certain way, or why the video is taking too long to update. And I'm just like, okay, so I'm going to start with your tech is actually in the palm of your hands. I'm going to give a shout out to my boss who's on here, Miss Edith J. Killings, because she's a CEO who runs her whole business off her phone. I say that again. Period. She runs her business off her phone. Emails, phone calls, interviewing people, everything off of her phone. I have watched her, and I'm just like, the technology is literally, these phones are literally mini computers in your hand. So just like every computer that you get, every once in a while, every 2-3 years, they might need to be upgraded. Yes, they can get expensive. However, look at it as an investment. An investment in your tech. I'm going to put a shameless plug out there. I am an Apple woman. My whole household is Apple. That's God, the only from the computer to the iPad to the phone, everything just syncs better. Period.
You even got the Apple lights in your house, right? You talk to the lights or something, clap the lights.
No, that's a whole nother brand. But I do use the HomeKit on Apple to work my smart home, because my whole house is a smart home, smart thermostat.
Right. Your whole house is smart house.
I love it. I can get in bed and like turn the heat up from my bed. It's like I'm spoiled now. I'm not
there. See, I'm not ready to live that life right there, because I feel like it's a whole other subject. But
it's a whole other process. But
are enjoying the life.
So, but let's get on the tech, okay? You don't have to spend a whole lot of money. You don't have to get the $1,200 1 terabyte phone, you know what I'm saying? But you do need to have enough storage. And I tell people, when you upgrade, just don't get 64 gigs. 64 gig is not going to give you enough storage on any phone, be it Android or iPhone. Please get 128 or at least 256 or 516. Like, these is a lot of storage. I've had this phone, as an iPhone 10R for 3 years. I have 256 megabytes. I still have 175 megabytes on this phone.
So break down megabytes and gigabytes real quick.
Yeah, gigabytes. I'm sorry, gigabytes. You want more gigs on the phone. Do not go. Yes, the 64 gig is a cheaper phone, but it's no memory. The moment you take pictures, the moment you don't want to have to be photo dumping every time you want to try to, create content. You want to just be able to go to your content, your pictures, and and download enough apps on it to do what you need to do. So it looks pretty, but on all these phones you can also get on a payment plan. It's a well worth investment. $30-$40 extra a month for a phone that has enough giga space on it for you to do what you got to do. It's well worth it. So like I said,
I'm a Droid girl.
Okay.
I try Apple and I can't do it. It's not for me. Okay. So I gave up the Apple journey. I'm a Droid girl. I love my Droid. There's a way I can buy those SIM cards or something like that, right? To up my my storage. Is there a way that I can up my storage just from the phone that I have?
It depends on the phone. I know a lot of Droid companies like Samsung and LG are following Apple's suit of, once you buy the phone with the gigs on it, that's all the gigs that you got. Now you can buy extra storage in the cloud storage. Google has a cloud, Apple has iCloud. You can buy back up everything that's on your phone if you don't have enough storage on your phone. So I have to do some research and take a look into that, but I know they're following that model. Like if you get 64 gig, that's all you got. If you get 128, but just think 128, think 3 digits. Don't think 2 digits no more, think 3 digits. Any phone that you upgrade to, start off with 128 gig. It's well worth the money and the hassle of trying to back up and photo dump and I talked to one friend of mine. She's like, oh yeah, I hook up my phone to the computer and let the storage, the information on the phone go into the computer. And then it clears off everything off the phone and then I'm good again. And I'm like, oh, I ain't done that since like 2010. Like, and I say that because we're all busy. And if you can cut out that extra step, of doing, it makes it a lot easier. So I'm like, I ain't did that in so long. Like, okay.
You be making us feel so old. Like, she's like, well, you don't have to do it that way. It's just, I be like, girl, I can't keep up. So that's why I have me a Danyelle, okay?
So we're just gonna talk about tech. Like, get a new phone. You want to make sure you have an excellent, camera. You want to make sure that you have a lot of phones have really good high processing speeds, so that's not a problem. The biggest thing is really the camera. So to take excellent videos, excellent photos. You want something that has at least 3 digit worth of storage. So we're in our 128s and up. And me personally, because I did have an elder who was buying 3 new phones a year because she kept buying the $200 phone. But that's also why she kept buying 3 phones a year. So I'm like,
$600, you might as well just go for the gold, sis.
You might as well just go for the $600 phone and just call it a day. Because like I said, you can get a payment plan. And you can also pay if you are making the money that you need to make, you can also pay the phone off. So don't be scared by these payment plans. Don't be scared by, oh, this is an extra $50. We'll put that into your monetary plan. It's an extra $50. It's definitely worth it. If you have really good tech and you take care of it and the screen's not busted and the camera still works, you can trade in these phones. You can trade in these phones. You can upgrade. A lot of these companies will give you, hey, bring your phone over here. We'll give you some monetary value. Apple has a wonderful recycling program. That's why I stayed with them, because they will actually give me money for my phone to go towards a new phone. So check into the type of phone that you want to look and see what these companies are offering. Maybe you can bring your old phone and they'll give you $150 credit to go towards your new phone. So it's like, you can put that as a down payment. If you have a business and your business has an EIN number, you can use your business credit and create, like, my phone is in my business name. So I have a super amount of business credit by which to get the technology that I need on a payment plan. So, take things out of your name, put it in your business name, let your business create credit, and now you can get things new, upgrade, your new tech. You can get the things that you need, but it all starts with the phone. So I would say get a phone that's going to work for you, be it Android or be it iPhone. And yeah, don't be afraid to work your phone. Don't be afraid to play with it. It's not, and I love when people be like, they're so afraid to hit a button. I'm like, it's not on self-destruct mode. It's not going to blow up because you hit the wrong button. It's just not. The reason why 3-year-olds and 2-year-olds are able to play with technology, so they just play with it. And then it's like, they just figure it out. Yeah. And they keep going for it. So be like the 2-year-old, just play with it. It's okay. It's not going to shut down and self-destruct. Just play with it. Because I've watched kids, they know how to go to YouTube. They know that emblem, and it's like, they know what they're looking for. They're looking for cocoa melon. They know where. I'm like, wait a minute, how do you know where to go?
My grandbaby, listen. Yes, I have a grandbaby. My granddaughter, she's not even 3 yet, and she's only 2, and will pick up the phone and handle it, and been doing it since she was 1. Okay, like, it astounds me.
And here's the funny part: it's not just your phone.
What to do? Like,
it's not just
she
your
doesn't
phone.
pick it up and just play with it. She picks it up, she points, She pushes YouTube. She goes to Coco Melon. You don't even know how to read. Like,
here's
how
the funny part. AtPeace. Here's the funny part. It doesn't matter whose phone that it is.
Right?
That's the funny part.
Girl.
It doesn't matter. I have nieces and nephews that would come and they would just take my phone and they go to their own stuff. And it's like their mama has an Android. I have an iPhone, but oh look, they just looking for YouTube and they go that. I'm like, oh, okay. So you be like the 1-year-old. Just go and explore and play with it and look at this app and look at that app and just go for it. It's okay. It's okay. And then next week we can start talking about apps to actually help. What apps do you need to be on? Because there's so many out here, and you know how to get started with that. But start with the tech. Look at your phone. You know, if it's maybe about 2-3 years old, you might want to consider upgrading your phone. And it's the end of the month right now. These cell phone companies sometimes are giving away phones, brand new phones. You know, and if it's
pay your bill, they'll offer you. That's when it's time to make a deal. So yeah, totally.
Let's make a deal. Make an offer to me. But remember, you need three digits or more storage.
Yes.
So see what they can work out. They want your money. They want you, especially if they want you to switch over. they would be like, they might almost give you a free phone if you just switch over. So don't be afraid to look at Verizon, T-Mobile, Sprint. I'm not a huge fan of the metros because they don't give you enough bandwidth to do what you need to do. So I'm like, I would just say me personally.
I've been with Metro for about 20 years. I ain't even gonna lie. Like, when people first came, they didn't have a lot of area to connect. So you calls and things like that. But for the most part, and I travel and everything, and I would say 98% of the time, my phone works just fine.
But when it comes to the deals, when it comes to the phone deals, the major companies have the better deals when it comes to the brand new phones, like the brand new phones. Now, if you need to get started out with a refurbished phone, or you can't get the iPhone 13, but you can probably get the iPhone 11. Look, do what you got to do. We all got to do what we got to do till we get to where we got to get to. But if you can, you know what I'm saying? If you can, the big three have the better deals. That's just what I tend to find out.
Yeah, you can get the big three on Metro, because I know it's a lot of Metro users out here because it's just a more economical way of of keeping your phone on. So go into your ask questions. Maybe you have three numbers on your memory card.
Three numbers. Yep.
3 numbers on your memory card so that you can do it. And I'm excited about the apps and everything like that. That's the part of apps out here. So being is gonna be that. So anything technology.
That's that. I'm just gonna leave it there. I'm gonna leave it right there. We're gonna start with the phone tech. Working on upgrading the phone tech.
Okay. And hopefully, leave us a comment. Do you have 3 numbers in your memory for your memory card? You have enough storage for your phone? Does your phone need to upgrade? Questions? Go ahead and leave us a comment. And if you want to reach us or how to get with us, then Danyelle, do you want to give your Instagram and your Facebook information?
Okay. Yeah, and I see you, Juanita. She just posted in the chat, thank you. Been moving us forward, been stuck by photo dumping, computer dumping. Thank you. You're welcome. Like I said, these are little stuff that takes 10 minutes. You could be 10 minutes posting instead of 10 minutes photo dumping. You know what I'm saying? So you can follow me on Facebook. My name is Danyelle Claxton. You can follow me on Instagram as Danyelle Claxton. I have my business is Blooming Lotus Wellness, which you can find on Facebook and Instagram. Danyelle Claxton is on TikTok. Danyelle Claxton is also on Snapchat. I have to think. That's it. Those are the main ones. that I use. So you could just use my name, Danyelle Claxton. I'll type it in for everybody. And you can follow me. You can, what is it? I think mostly everything is follow. You can inbox me if you need any help. We can schedule a one-on-one to help you with your, what is it, technology questions or anything of that nature, or what works right for your business. And there we go.
My name is AtPeace Makita. Makita Taylor or AtPeace can also be found on Instagram at AtPeace Makita. I don't have a website, www.atpeacemakita.com. So you can check me out. Call me at peace, the number 2, teach@gmail.com. And I can answer any and all of your questions. We are going to we're going to be doing some exercises to get prepared for the week and what you did this week. I hope you have your affirmation. Go ahead and write it down if you did not. The affirmation for today: I am to change. Take some time in a second to really have one-on-ones. You're going to actually get some free one-on-one. So if that's something, make sure you stick around for the second. I'm going to be here on Zoom, and you'll be able to ask questions to me and to Danyelle one-on-one. Be doing some exercises that will get you connected to yourself. And you have some people. Big anybody here that would like to share anything or have any questions or want to chime in, please do so. I'm actually doing that, which I don't know. It's some stuff that I'm not able to see. That I'm
Yeah, can I interrupt you, Peace? I'm asking the other ladies on my phone, on my computer, AtPeace is going in and out. Is that happening for you? Or is it just my computer?
No, she is going in and out.
Yeah, so we're getting bits and pieces of what you're saying. I'll type the information in the chat box, but we need to deal with you going in and out. Is that happening for you, Danyelle? You're clear. Everybody else is clear.
Yeah, I hear it. I hear it as well.
Yeah. I don't know.
It's going in and out where I am.
Yeah.
It looks like when you move forward, you go out, and then when you move backwards, we could hear you again.
Okay.
Yeah, you're gone out when you went back.
So you can.
No, you're okay. You're going out even when you come in. Maybe if turn it off, turn your volume, your mute yourself and then come back and then undo it.
You hear me now?
Yeah.
It's a little volume technical difficulty. I don't know, because your picture is clear. The picture's coming clear. It's not fuzzy or anything. I'm just taking a note, as something to what is it?
It's more for vocal. I mean, everything, your photo is beautiful. You're good, but you're our main speaker, and you and Danyelle, and so we want to get what you have. Now you're sideways.
I know. 1 second.
Okay. So while AtPeace tries to figure out what's going on with her audio, I'm going to take over and just flow into changing the mindset of Mondays, because a lot of people have a really bad connotation of Mondays. We hear about the Monday blues and how people drag, and just everything seems to happen bad on a Monday, which I don't understand, because it's like the first day of the work week. It's like you get to create your day. You get to say exactly how it's going to go and how things are going to flow. So like it's for me, this Monday morning started at 6 o'clock to make sure that everything flowed to be on here by 8 o'clock. And I know today is going to be a long day. I already know. We said our affirmations about changing, being in the flow, being flowing like water, creating our reality. I just want to ask for anybody and raise your hands. I just want to know, what are Mondays typically for you? How do you feel about Mondays? How do you prepare for Mondays? How do you feel about a Monday? Because I feel absolutely fabulous about today. Who wants to share about what, how do they normally look at Mondays? We do share. It's not just me and AtPeace Talk sharing right here. We can share amongst each other,
Well,
ladies as well.
I'll share because oh man, like you said, Danyelle, that thought of Mondays, and usually when people go to the hospital or all that, it's Mondays because they're dreading their life. They're dreading that they got to go to work. They're dreading, Monday. Instead of changing that around about what you want Monday to be like, what you want every day to be like. You get to make that choice. You get to make a choice whether it's going to be a fulfilled day, even if it is a long day. What kind of long day are you going to have? Am I going to have a progressive day? Am I going to have a fun day, a lot of activity? Or am I going to have a woe is me, I feel bad? Even when we feel bad, we can still help the body to heal when we intentionally tell ourselves what this day is going to be like and what the body is going to do and how you're going to deal with, even if your body is in pain. You still get to choose how you're going to deal with it. Am I going to be woe is me, and or am I going to be strong and aggressive with my healing and be graceful to the body in what it's going through, and all of that kind of stuff. But yeah, Mondays, that's what they say about Mondays, but it's usually people who are not happy about their life, and they don't understand that they get to create their life, not just get to, but they are creating. We are creating our life with every thought, with the things that we speak and do. So we just, Sunday night say it's going to be tomorrow is Monday. Yay. And I was super excited about this Monday. Last night we got with AtPeace, and we just, partied up, getting all geeked up for this morning and stuff. And but yeah, that's my approach to Monday, and every day. Yeah.
And I would chime in. This is Nawili. I would chime in. I'm a ritual person. So, and I guess that's maybe part of some type of personality. However, it doesn't matter, because I start every morning when I awaken and take that first breath in. I know it's a holy and sacred day for me, no matter what day I call it, because I actually start my week on Sundays for me. And after I take my breath, I go into my gratitude exercise. I go into a sound mantra for me. Whatever the sound is, I feel like saying that day to connect me to my breath and remember that I and the divine are one. I set my intention right there. And from that point on, it doesn't matter, like Sheila said, what day it is. I'm up, I'm ready, I'm available. And I know that the Most High is willing to work its goodness, its mercy, its grace, and greatness through me. That's how I step on a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Yeah. Say, come on with it, Day. Come on.
Yes, bring it.
Oh yeah.
Bring it.
I'm in charge. I'm telling you how this day is going to go.
Absolutely. Yeah. And I think
otherwise people will just come in, or I'll go even as much as situations will come into, your day. If you haven't set it intention, what we're going to accomplish today, how it's going to be, and, you know, and how am I going to be with people? And, you know, even if you had an argument the night before, how am I going to be with this person in the next moment, or when I wake up in the morning? And making sure that you go to bed with those intentions that, you know, tomorrow I'll deal with. Because sometimes my husband and I were talking about something, and it was not gelling. We were not going to agree. It was something stupid. And so I said, I don't want to talk about it anymore. No, we're going to talk. And I said, I am going to bed. I am not going to discuss this tonight. I will discuss this in the morning tomorrow. And the next day I just got up and did everything. And when he woke up, we went right on with the conversation, but it had time to kind of settle. But I was like, you know what? We'll deal with this tomorrow, not today, you know? So yeah. Yep.
So that's amazing. For me, like you said, is getting those rituals together so that you set your intention for the day, not just Mondays, but any day. And I notice when I do that, you know, my days flow a whole lot better.
Mhm.
I am in the process of trying to, you know, work with schedules and timers and different things of that nature to keep on task, and to keep on time. But for me, especially with the weather breaking here in Michigan, and having mornings like this right here is my preferred method of getting my mindset together for any day, not just Mondays, but any day. And so, AtPeace, are we back? I see you.
I think so. Can you see me? Can you hear me?
Yeah,
Yes.
nice and
Am I
clear.
fabulous?
Yes.
Period. All right, what y'all talking about?
We were talking about the mornings, Monday mornings, and every morning. Yep,
Yes.
every morning, and setting your own intentions about the mornings. And
Mhm.
Nawili was talking about, you know, rituals, the things that she does every day. You know me, I'm all over the place. So, you know, I try rituals. That's why I'm glad she's in my life, because she is really on point with doing that. And then you ladies, you know, Peace and Danyelle, y'all know how I am. We awakened together many times when we had sleepovers and stuff. We're all over the place and stuff. But yeah. So
I love that concept of, you know, redefining your Mondays.
Yeah.
Because I remember many years ago working in corporate America, and the Mondays, baby, was hard. Okay. The Mondays was woo, baby.
yeah.
And before you can even get into the flow, then the hump day comes, Wednesday, everybody's so excited about. Then you got to get through Thursday, and then Friday, we don't want to do nothing. It's like we were on this hamster wheel, you know? Then Friday, you do the same doggone thing, and Saturday and Sunday, you dread Monday. So yeah, I like that idea of claiming your Mondays. And instead of even having days, have moments. You know, our life is moment to moment to moment, you know. The other thing that helped me in the morning, any morning, but especially Monday mornings, was leaving corporate America, and giving the Most High the first fruits of my day changed my day completely. So I used to wake up, you know, from the screaming, yelling of the children. You know, that used to be my alarm clock every Saturday morning. Phoenix screaming to the top of her lungs about something every Saturday morning, the day I'm supposed to sleep in, right? And then when I'm not sleeping in, I'm up at wee hours of the morning getting the children ready for school. So I would just be like all over the place. But when I started taking the time to, like, as soon as I realized that my soul is back in my body, as soon as I open my eyes, breathe and say, thank you. I'm here. I made it. I made it. I'm back. Made it back into my body. I'm here. I mean, as soon as I open my eyes, giving God the first fruits of my day changed everything about my day, you know? And I just lay there for 5 minutes. I don't care what's happening on the outside of that door for 5 minutes. I'm just going to lay here and I'm just going to feel the deliciousness of the Most High. And I'm just going to be with spirit for a few moments. I'm just going to give myself permission to be happy and to be at peace with this moment and enjoy this moment before I get up and start yelling at kids.
I love the first words out of my mouth when I wake up is being thank you.
Yes.
I love it. I learned from Abraham Hicks that, you know, just sometimes just saying thank you over and over and over again, it just releasing that back into the universe just sets everything up for the power of intention. Mm-hmm. And really quick right now, I really do want to pay acknowledgement to 3 lovely women who really have changed the course of my life. The first one is going to be Sheila Everette-Hale, because if it wasn't for her, we wouldn't be here right now. And when I was going through my spiritual journey, when I first met AtPeace and Sheila, you know, there was, it was right in the right moment of my life when I needed that clarity and that direction, you know, to just be free to create and go and move the way that we moved. And the way that we're creating now is totally different than how we created then. The other 2 is my bosses have been on for a while, and I am like loving they're here. I see them. They ain't on camera right now, but they're listening. And I'm just like, I feel such gratitude that the fact that they're here holding space for me. And that's, you know, Edith Clearling and Lorraine Stringfellow. I'm shouting you guys out because the support is like freaking amazing. And the fact that you're here and you're seeing the other side of me as to why I am the way that I am and how I can be the type of employee that you guys want me to be, is stuff like this and women like this. And, you know, one of the things is I am a Landmark graduate. Sheila is the one that her family started the whole Landmark thing for me. Lorraine is one of my Landmark mentors as well. And it's like just how the intertwiningness of it all. These are some powerful women who I work with every single day. And you want to talk about the teachings and working with distinctions and change and being like water and whatever, all the things that we do within home care, dealing with not just clients, but also employees and everything like that. It's like, okay. And I just have to acknowledge these 2 ladies right here, because I've noticed you guys have been on this whole time. And I just want to say thank you for the support.
Ashe. Ashe,
Thank
ashe,
you.
ashe.
Thank you, Danyelle. Yes, I have been on. Edith called me. It's like, did you see this thing Danyelle was doing? I'm like, no, I just literally woke up. And she's like, okay, well, you got to get online. Okay. I'm like, that's my Danyelle. And it's been really interesting. And I'll probably be on camera tomorrow. I didn't see this until this morning. So it was not on my plan, but I do support you, Danyelle. And I think that having conversations like this is really very powerful. And I do look forward to participating, just not today.
The mere fact that you're here and your voice is here is important enough. And you finally get to see the face of Sheila, and Sheila finally, well, one day Sheila get to see the face of Lorraine. Cause like I said, you guys are my Landmark family. So it's like, it's going to be it's actually a part of this, that training, that conversation. And of course that technology with the Zoom. And I'm just like, oh, this is all connecting together. Okay. And even Lorraine, I'm just going to use it as an example because my schedule today was created around this. And I finally got it, how I can create and I can have everything and everything can work itself out just by having communication and working things out. So yeah, it's powerful. And I just love you guys, and you guys are so important to me. And I definitely want to get more women on here. I'm sorry, I didn't get everything until late to share with people. So those who are here today, just make sure you share it with other people for next Monday. But I know we're doing this every single day with there's different guests every single day. So Mondays is my day. So and I get to create around Mondays.
Okay.
So that's going to be fun. That's going to be the fun part.
Okay.
Welcome,
Okay.
Lorraine.
Yes, ma'am.
Welcome.
Thank you for being here. All right,
Yes.
so I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just saying it's really been an honor and a pleasure, because I normally am up and I'm actually just really laying here, being able to take it all in uninterrupted and able to be focused on what the conversation is about. So thank you for that.
Awesome. You are so welcome. So does anybody have any other comments, or would anybody else like to chime into the conversation? We're talking about redefining your Monday. We're talking about mindset and being willing to change. And if anybody doesn't have anything else to share, we're going to jump into our activity. So does anyone want to share anything before we get started?
Yes, AtPeace, this is Pam.
Hey, Pam.
And it's really interesting, the conversation and the topics, because in reference to change, I've changed a lot in the past couple months. And the thing about change is, like you said, when you're afraid of change, I was afraid of who I would become when I let go of all the weight that I had on me. And so once I got to the point where I'm no longer afraid, I was able to let it go.
Mm-hmm.
And so in reference to Mondays, now you see, you see things differently. So it doesn't matter the day. It doesn't matter the time. All you know is that I'm blessed to be able to see another day. And I have a new goal now as to what I see. And so every day takes me closer to the big picture.
Yes.
And so that's what I wanted to share.
Awesome. Thank you. Yes. So today anybody else want to share? All right. Get your pencils and papers out. Let's go ahead and jump right into today's activity. So I want you, first and foremost, you should have at the top of your page, I am willing to change. And I want you to underline willing, okay, or highlight it, okay? I am willing to change. Say that to yourself 4 times, to yourself.
I am willing to change. I am willing to change. I am willing to change. I am willing to change.
Now, if you don't know anything about affirmations, the most powerful statement you can make is I am, I can, I will, I must. Does anybody else have any other powerful affirmation statements that are universal?
I am, I can, I will,
I must.
I must. My favorite is I am, because that just covers
Right?
Yeah.
Period. Like I am, and that's just it. Okay. Yes, I am.
And
So you're
so
gonna
it
hear that a
is.
lot. What'd you say, Sheila?
And so it is. I am, and so it is.
Period. So so I am.
There's a popular song called I Am, and I play it all the time. And this is my mantra while I'm going to work, while when something goes on, is I am healthy, I am wealthy, I am rich.
Oh, I am that. Yes, I
am going to go get this bag, and I'm not going to take your shit.
Yes,
I am healthy.
what is it?
What is it? I am healthy, I'm protected. What is it? Oh God, I am healthy, I'm wealthy, I am rich, I am bitch. I am not gonna take that bag, and I'm not gonna take your shit. I am protected, well respected. I'm a queen, I'm a dream. I do what I want to do, and I'm who I want to be, and I am me. Yes.
I like out to that song. That is the song that I have in my headphones when I'm on the treadmill at the gym, honey.
That's the song that I'm saying while I'm going to work. Yes. That is a powerful song.
We'll put the song in the let me see if I can find the link. We'll put the song it's called I Am.
And by Young Tate. I think her name is Young Tate. That's the powerful mantra right there. I do apologize to my elders.
Yes, because she does use profanity, but
she does. Baby Tate. That's her name is Baby Tate. But it's
yeah, she uses street lingo. She
Put it in
uses
the
the
chat.
language of her people. She uses her language and her lingo, but you do get the message in that song, like for sure. You get the message. Like I am. I love that song. Thank you, Danyelle. Yes, that is a jam. So you will be hearing I am a lot, and I will, and I can. I do my best to stay away from the word not as much as possible, because it is a devoided word, it's devoiding, right? And we want to add life, we want to give life. So I am, I can, I will, I must, gives us that conviction. So affirmations, the way they work, and just briefly, you are going to say it continuously, say it on a regular basis, because we want to reprogram some thoughts that are floating around in our minds. And the way our mind works, again, you have over 60,000 thoughts a day. You can't govern, or you're not governing all of the thoughts at one time. So you have to deliberately reprogram. And the way the brain works, it has to see something at least 7 times before it even clicks. That's why commercials and advertisements, they understand this about us. And so they will run a commercial over and 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 over. They will do that because they understand the psychology of the human mind. You had repetition is how we learn. Repetition is how we remember. Okay. So if you really want to change that mindset, the first thing you're going to have to do is work with those affirmations. You're going to have to use the affirmations as like a weed, just pulling up the weeds of negativity with your affirmations, saying them over and over and over and over and over and over. You get my point. Okay. So I am willing to change. Throughout the entire week, if you feel that there's any resistance coming up, if you see any resistance in you, you're going to grab that affirmation out of the ether and you're going to tell yourself, but I'm willing to change. All right. So write down 3 to 5 areas of your life, things, concepts, ideas, whatever you want to call them, but write down 3 to 5 areas of your life that you know you are in need of change. Even if you're not willing, you know you need to change this about yourself. You know you need to change this particular situation. Write that down, please. 3 to 5 things. And if you can't think of 3 things, push yourself. You got at least 3 things, 3 to 5. All right. I'll give you a couple more seconds. Okay, now I want you to just kind of look over the list. Just look over the list that you've written down, right? And I want you to then prioritize the list. So 1 being the least important thing. It's at the bottom of the list. It's a 1. And then if you have 3 things on the list, then I want you to put the highest number. So 3 would be the high priority item. 2 would be the not so high priority. And then 1 would be the least priority. If you have 5 things on your list, 5 is going to be whatever you give the 5 to, that one is going to be the priority, and so forth. So you're going to prioritize for yourself what the areas that need to change. All right. And I want you to take a moment and actually contemplate your decisions. So I'm not gonna go too fast on this. I want you to really take some time with yourself and contemplate your decisions. And if you have any comments, thoughts, or questions that you want to share with the group, please feel free to do so. But take a moment and really look over the list, look over why did you prioritize it the way you did? Why is this even on your list? Really get clear about your decision. All right. And before we move forward, is there anyone that would like to share what's on their list? I'll gladly share what's on my list. My daily routine. My daily routine has got to go. I know we were just talking about Mondays and defining your mornings. Baby, I haven't been right since the pandemic. I ain't even gonna lie. It's been a couple years since I've actually had a routine that feels progressive for me. You know, I just still feel a little bit scattered from everything. So my daily routine is something that I'm consciously working on, you know, making sure that I'm up and I'm doing the things that I really need to be doing. So what is it for you? Sheila, Juanita, Mary, anybody can chime in. What is it for you that is on your list that needs to change?
Okay, so I'm gonna go first. My number one thing is, I realized I grew up, I have hoarding tendencies. I'll just be honest. I grew up as a child of a hoarder, and it's definitely a generational curse that I am working on a daily basis to break. And I tend to find myself having these little things. It'll be travel size first aid kits or just stuff. And it's like this little stuff. I know I'm at the position where if I don't tackle it right now, it's going to grow into a bigger thing. So I'm working on my number one thing is giving up this little stuff, getting rid of it. Either if it doesn't have a place for it to go, it's got to go in the trash. And a part of me doesn't want to go in the trash. Part of me wants to like figure out a way to give it to somebody. Like maybe it could be like I know I had some old purses that I needed to give away, and then I had old things that I don't use anymore. Like I don't use traditional menstrual pads anymore. I'm a cup girl. So, you know, I haven't bought, but I tend to find myself cleaning out storage and different things that I have this. I can put those menstrual pads in a purse. I can put these little, you know, first aid kits in a purse and maybe a piece of fruit. And I've done this before when I'm out and about and I see somebody on the street begging, I can give that woman that purse. That's my blessing to her. Now this stuff is not going into the trash in the landfill. It's going towards somebody that can actually use it. So I am trying to find ways, and all these extra bags that I pick up, tote bags that I don't need, I'm creating a way for them to get extra use as opposed to me just throwing them away.
That's awesome. That's good. That's a really good way to recycle. I like that idea about giving it to a homeless person. Anybody else? Come on. I know you all have something on your list that you can share. Don't be shy.
Okay, because it's not Wheelie.
Hey, now,
Can you guys hear me? Yes, good morning.
We can hear you.
So on my list, I just let whatever came first into my head because I tend to be here comes 10 thoughts. So I first wrote down balancing my workout, which I'm now calling a work in. And I put balancing my work in, financial planning, and merchandising store / my tree weaving mission. So when I put them in order, the first one, highest priority, was the work in, which is as time as you get into these different age groups, aging up, and I find that you need to shift and shape differently because everything else is shaping too. So I'm in need of a new work-in program. So I'm working on that. I'm shifting some other things in my diet. But it's all about balance. So I'm not feeling like it is change in its most gentle way for me, but just saying I'm just going to balance myself as I change. And that just is more gentle for myself. Because sometimes, like we know when we say change, it's like, oh my God.
Yes, girl.
Oh my God. So, and then, okay, so that was the first one. Then the first, I had financial planning next, but I changed it to, you've really been working on those changes over the last year and through the pandemic. So I put the merchandising and the tree weaving, and that's about a foundation of visibility for what the gifts of art and healing that I bring to the world. So that, I kind of had to reword it, and then like the third one is financial planning, which I know coming on with the sisters at B, that's coming into shape. And so I'm grateful for that being a part of the pyramid. And knowing that I'm willing and ready. So thank you, sweetie. I appreciate you, Peace, and Danyelle, and Sheila, and everybody. Thank you. Yeah.
You are so welcome. Thank you for sharing. Yes, the most interesting thing I found or want to point out you said is how scary change can be sometimes. Yeah, I definitely want to touch on that because it can be very scary to change. I used to hear change and automatically think terror. What you say, sweetie? Oh, I think she's listening to something else. So that's one thing that I want to make a point to point out is that let's find ways to balance our change, and let's find ways to change peacefully and with grace and with ease, right? So that it doesn't feel so tumultuous and so traumatic with change. Frederick Douglass said it best: there is no change without struggle. I've been working on that for some years, like, okay, how can we make this change without struggle? Because in childbirth, I'm a childbirth doula, so I equate my life coaching with doula, with childbirth. So for me, when a woman is changing through the transitions of giving birth, of labor, the transitions happen very quietly. Like, she goes from 4 centimeters to 8 centimeters, nobody sees it. You know what I mean? When she dilates, and she, goes from 30% to 70% effacement, now the baby's ready to, getting in position, she doesn't notice that transition or that change, right? Or she notices it through the labor pains. But I'm just saying, usually the changes happen by the time the labor picks up, by the time the pains pick up. So that's kind of how we work too. The change is already happening. Whatever you've put on your paper, it's already activated in the universe. So it's already changing. So it's really just about us getting in alignment. It's really just about us being open and available, to receiving whatever the changes that we want. All right. So now that you've made your list, now that you have prioritized that list, I want you to now just play with the idea of what you gain from the change. Just play with the idea just for a few moments. So if I change my daily routine, for example, if I change my daily routine to exactly what it is that I envision, how can that benefit my life? How can that improve my life? What would I become when I make this change? And just play with it for a minute. You have some time. I'll watch the clock. But I want you to write that down. Who will you become once you change? Even if you don't want to write it down, even though writing it down is very powerful, writing it down is a manifestation. Okay, writing it down does make it physical, brings it into physical reality, and then it's 50% done. So go ahead and write it down. Who will you be? What will life be like? What improvement is that bringing to your life? Like, come on, like, give it to yourself. Don't hold back, and really play with it. And I'll give you a few minutes to do that. I won't interrupt you. We'll just let it flow. Okay. All right, I'll give you about 60 more seconds, 1 minute to wrap up. All righty. All right. What have we come up with today? What have we created? Is there anyone that would like to share what it is that they created on their list? Anyone at all? How will your life change? What do you imagine your life to be, or you to be, once you've made these changes? It doesn't have to be the whole dissertation or the whole explanation, but just share. You can encourage.
Okay, I'm a share.
Thank you, now, Wheelie.
I'm in the car. We're on our way to, I'm in DC. So this is really just.
Wow, thank you.
Yes, this is so wonderful. So what came immediately to mind is we are our ancestors' wildest dreams.
Yes, girl,
And
I
when
got
that
chills
hit
down my
me,
spine. Yes.
when that hit me, I said, we can only be the best. I can only become, with this change, the best, the most healthy and wealthy version of myself. And that was like so strong that will become my living, walking, breathing truth from this point on. Yes. Yes.
Wow, you got a major revelation out of this.
Yes. 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 Yes.
That is awesome. I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it all the way here. As soon as you said it, girl, I just chill went straight down my spine. I'm with you.
Yes.
That's deep.
And I just think their dreams, could you imagine what they dreamed for us? I mean, in this moment, just taking that in.
Yes.
And saying, let me put on my big girl panties and get a step in here.
I'm gonna need.
And that's really, it's the moment that you said that, I got to thinking about my grandmother Lucy, and somehow I have become the genealogist for both sides of my family when it comes to this ancestry research. And the more I have a cousin, because she was from Alabama, and I have a cousin who grew up with his grandmother. That's his grandmother. That's my great grandmother. And the stories that I hear from her, about how she used to tell people always have Epsom salt on hand to get the aches and pains out. How she was a midwife. How my great grandmother, how she was a midwife. How she was a herb woman. How she was a root woman. And I'm sitting here like, this is me. This is me. And I've never got a chance to meet my grandmother Lucy. And I'm like, the things that coming up about how to push my business and get more into health and wellness and create holistic home care and all this other stuff. And I'm just sitting here like, you said, live your ancestors' wildest dreams. And my great grandmother Lucy comes through. And I'm just like, oh, wow. I'm like, oh, wow.
I love it. I love it. I'm here for all of this. Y'all know this right up my alley right here. Thank you, Nawili. Yeah. That was beautiful. That was beautiful. If one person can get a revelation, an answer to a prayer, a clearer understanding, whatever it is, then it was worth showing up today and doing this. So I'm super grateful for that. That's what's up. Is there anybody else? Go on and shit. Now see, don't have me put my school teacher hat on.
I know that's right.
Okay, and start calling on some folks, okay? I really want to encourage y'all to share, because when we come together as women and we share, that's why I started Sister Sharing. When women come together and we share, magic happens, change happens, life happens on the planet. Things move when
Now-
we come together and we share. So please don't be shy. You are in a safe space. Go ahead and open up.
Then let me touch on that real quick, because I was thinking about sharing, about Sister Sharing, because Sister Sharing was something that Pete started years ago when we first started together with Sheila and everything like that. And these are women's circles. They're goddess circles. They're full of fun. Now I'm gonna say fun and magic, because each one is different. We do waist beating. I taught belly dance at one, and Sheila came up with the idea for us to name. We named our womb centers, our stomachs.
Yeah,
we named them after fruit. I remember that. And it was just so powerful. Like, women they took a look at their bodies totally different. We've had Sister Sharon's at Belle Isle, doing waist beating. We've had Sister Sharon's, and we look forward to actually doing more Sister Sharon's this year, because, like you said, powerful things happen when women come together. They're fun, they're fancy free. It's a different way of us relating with each other that we're not taught. It's not, we got out of doing it, and now we're getting back to doing it. And it's a good way of giving back to yourself, to the other women that's in the room, to the women that you bring. It's absolutely wonderful. And I'm like, I can't wait to actually get these started, doing Sister Sharing circles, doing Sister Sharing, wellness weekends, the retreats. I mean, we all need this, because we are mothers, we are grandmothers, we are aunties, we are everything to everybody else. But here's my question: when's the last time you took time for yourself? Just you, not your sister, not your partner, not your husband, just you. And I'm like, when we do this, we come together by ourselves, because we're not bringing everybody else with us. And we just focus on us for a day, a few hours, a day, a 3-day weekend. What does that look like if you could just tune out everybody else out, just focus on you for that time? What can you discover about yourself? What can you find out that you need to recreate for you? So, we're getting things together to make sure that these happen, because they're needed. And the circle can be, like I said, it's amazing. It's amazing. One of the things that we created, and I'm gonna show this at Peace. You know what this is. We had a Sister Sharing. This has got to be about 5, 6, 7. I don't know how old this is.
8, 9 years old. Girl, bye.
This is infused oil. She led a circle where we infuse oil with herbs, and I just add more herbs to it, more essential oils to it. This is what I anoint my head with, I anoint my body with, I anoint my room with. And I'm like, this is from sharing knowledge about herbal healing. You know what I'm saying? This is how much of a difference it's made. I put in a whole different bottle for my Kia, and I keep this. So this is how important it is, just to share the tidbits that we have, the knowledge that we have, be it herbal, be it business, be it spiritual, all of it. So look out. We're going to make sure, type in your email address into the chat, because we're going to get these together so that, we can give back to ourselves, give back to our sisterhood and our communities as well. Just want to do a shameless plug. That's all.
Wow, that was so shameless, girl. I will make sure I have your check in the mail. Girl, you did that, girl. I'm here for it. And Sheila, she used to, I don't know if you still got the rock we made, but
I have my rock.
That rock for years.
I have my rocks. There were 5 of them, and they all represented me, my personality and stuff. I love it. I wanted to, well, first, before I share that, Juanita typed in here in the chat. She said, I wanted to share, but my volume isn't working for you to hear me.
Okay.
Tried every setting I can, and Anyway, loving, humble, relaxed. Those are her changes, what she's working on. Better relationship. Oh, okay. Loving, humble, relaxed equals better relationships, interactions, less friction, contentiousness, more approachable, more accessible, gentleness, less threatening, more in the flow, more in tune.
I love it. Juanita, are you a water sign? You could type it in. Are you a water sign or a fire sign? I feel like you wanted it too. All right, go ahead.
Fire.
Is that Juanita? Uh-oh, we almost heard you, girl.
Did she say fire?
Oh,
I
fire.
said fire.
Fire. Okay, that right. All right, I can see it. Cause girl, I have to work on this stuff too, girl. Fire signs, we just, you know what I'm saying? Like, these are some water traits, okay?
Okay, she says earth. She's a Virgo.
Earth,
Oh,
okay.
Earth. Okay.
Earth, okay, love it. Yes, these are some.
I need that. I need that organization in my life, Miss Virgo. I
These are
just say it
some
like
great
that.
things.
That's right. That's proper, Juanita. And if once you learn, once you know Juanita, she is just really chilled out. And when she says something, she doesn't raise her voice or anything. She's just, sister, blah 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 blah.
Okay.
And I thought, and always doing something to care for somebody, you know. To take care, it won't even be about her. It'll be, so and so is having this, issue, or we need to celebrate this person.
I love
stuff
it.
like that. That is Juanita, and an awesome vocalist and more. So
okay,
yeah, but I wanted to share that what the things I'm changing is my eating habits.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. So in the I'm just gonna throw them out here. Boldness in asking for money and exercising on a consistent basis, and my time with God. Yeah, my time with, of course, that would be first. My time, my relationship with God and myself knowing that I am one with God. And what does that really mean? What does it mean? And what does it look like for me? What does that look like? And I'm gonna tell you, sisters,
about that side be 2 cars driving.
I will be
in my life when we were
unstoppable.
making the cat driving us on that little
Unstoppable.
You like, where you got space at?
Yeah, literally.
Now, Willie,
Yes.
Way too
mute
little.
yourself. Your people are talking. Yeah, thanks.
Those are some really impactful topics, Sheila. I like them a lot.
Yeah.
Make that money, honey, but getting closer with the Most High, you already know that's the wealth right there.
It, right
You
there.
know what I'm saying? We don't get no wealthier than that.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm with you on the really all three, especially on the working out on a regular basis, because I ain't working out the way I should, and I'm paying all this money for a membership at LA Fitness and don't even barely use it. So working out more and going to get that bag, honey. Go get that money, get that coin, honey. I'm totally with you on that. I totally understand the angst that comes with that.
Hold on one second. I'm gonna make sure.
Anybody else want to share?
I want to say for me, it was definitely get clutter free, to get organized, clear, and to get organized. And with everything that's coming down the pipeline for me, I have to be clear and organized so that I can show up and be present. And I've tackled working out, because what I just joined, it's making me enjoy working out. Tava actually has workout programs on their Facebook page. So it's like you can catch a morning workout, I think on Tuesdays and Thursday, or evening workout on Mondays and Wednesdays. And I love it that it's a Black-owned company. This is us doing it. And I'm like, okay, I'm catching the workout. Speaking of workouts, I actually start my belly dance classes this Saturday at, I think it's 111, the Collective in Southfield. So I'm going to post a link to that. So you guys are most welcome to come and shake it off, all that stress and anxiety and everything else, with the wonderful art of belly dance. Getting back to dancing, period, on a regular basis is a way of, not only me communing with God, but a way of honoring my body as well. So yeah, I'm finding time to, in my scheduling, I have to find time to work out, be it either do a yoga or do a HIIT this hit program that I purchased. I'm
Oh
like,
yeah, those hits
I'm-
will get you together. Mm-hmm.
I'm ready to get the goddessness and all of this, and it has to be put together. So yes, I'm definitely, and being organized and clutter free allows me to do that with freedom and fun and vitality.
Yes.
So yes, that's why I'm at right now.
Yeah,
Good
I wanted
stuff.
to throw this in at peace.
Yes.
Is that when we're talking about change,
Mm-hmm.
when COVID happened,
Mm.
there was no choice,
Mm-hmm.
and people survived.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, people got real creative.
Yeah.
Some went down in it and had to come back up. They got so depressed in it. But sometimes, or all times, changes is happening, like you said, even like in this moment, in every second, there's a change. But when that hit, it changed the world, and it changed how we react to things and what we can and cannot do. We did not have those choices, or we would be going against the grain, or putting ourselves in situations depending on, where you stood. And we had to make even some changes in how we were standing in the midst of the shot or not the shot, or, do I go this place or not go that place? So change, we saw it happen on a massive level.
Yes.
And we are still here.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. It's all about being adaptable. You have to, some people argue about, did we evolve or did we adapt into creation? I believe we're both. I believe in evolution and adaptability. You have to be able to adapt, and you have to be willing to evolve. Yeah. That's how you survive. And so the great point, Sheila. Thank you very much. That was a needless to say, one of the most traumatizing changes of my lifetime, But yeah, it was definitely necessary. It was necessary because it gave the earth a break. Mother Earth, she got to rest a little bit during the pandemic, and it made all of us reconnect with our higher power. And I mean, change, that's the thing I want to bring up. As we're making these changes, it can be challenging and it can be difficult at times, but we're gonna keep that vision of, what am I getting out of it? Where's this leading me to? Because one thing about it, no matter what you do in the change, there's gonna be a result, right? And if you take it personally, like you should, then the change that happens will be one that was needed. It'll be one that was actually needed in the first place. And so we put down our egos, we put down our resistance to allow that to happen. It's not always easy, but it's doable and it's necessary, So I hope that you all got so much out of today, this first pilot video. I really enjoyed doing this. This was so much fun.
I enjoyed this as well.
We are going to take our list, we're going to take our affirmations this week, and we are going to be the change that we want to see in the world, right?
Yeah,
absolutely. Amen.
So please give me one word. I want everybody here to give one word of affirmation to send off our group for the week. Give one word of affirmation of something positive, just one word that we can take with us. Sheila? Give me one word.
Unstoppable.
Unstoppable. I receive it. Thank you so much. Danyelle, give me one word that will empower me this week.
Refreshing.
Refreshing. Oh, I like it. Springtime is here. Now, Wheelie, give me one word that will empower me this week.
Loving.
Loving, I receive it. That refresh, unstoppable loving. Okay, Pam, give me one word that will empower me this week.
Beautiful.
Woo! Beautiful and loving and refreshing and unstoppable. Yes. And iPhone, Edith. Come on, Edith. Give me one word that will empower me. Come on, girl.
I just got the mute button off. Good morning all, enjoyed the session today. I'm going to say realism.
Okay, yes, that real love, refreshing, unstoppable kind of love. All right, come on, Juanita, give me one word that will empower me this week.
She's so silly.
Work with me, Juanita. Come
She's
on,
a
girl.
burst of energy. I love her.
Give me one word. What's your word, Juanita?
She said love, love.
Love. I received the love. I received all the love. But Juanita, we already got the love in the pot. I'm gonna need you to pick a new word. Can you pick a different word for me?
Oh, come on, come on, come on.
Okay. But she gonna figure it out. Well, Lorraine, give us a word.
Lorraine, you gonna give me that word. Lorraine, that's gonna empower me for the week.
Relentless.
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 I am unstoppable. I am refreshing and loving and love and
And beautiful
relentless.
and real.
Yes. Yes, I am here for all of this. And my word for all of you beautiful ladies for this week, my word is the word of empowerment.
Yes.
Empowerment, sisters. You
I
have the
received
power.
that.
You are the creatresses of it all. Make sure you stay in touch. Make sure you check in tomorrow morning at 8 o'clock for another great video. And I thank you all so much for being here. My name is AtPeace Makita, my beautiful co-host,
Danyelle Claxton. Hi, you guys.
and our
Thank you
beautiful
all.
director and creator, Sheila Everette-Hale. Thank you,
Thank
Noemi.
you.
And Juanita's word is relax.
Relax.
Yes. Relax.
I receive it. So y'all have a whole little toolkit that y'all can pull from this week. Make sure you refer to your list. Make sure you keep that vision strong. Continue to play with those visions of where you're headed with these changes. And remember your affirmations. I am willing to change. Love you guys.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you,
Great.
beloved. Have a wonderful day.
You too. See you later.